G'day, Ben from Melbourne here, and today we're going to talk about some of my favourite Australian music from the 2010s. So let's not dilly-dally and get straight into it. It's a word my grandmother would use probably. Bloody hell. First up, from 2019, the great My Disco with their album Environment. Super minimal, dark, almost ambient in places, abrasive in others. Kind of has some even industrial sounds in there. They're like just guitar, bass, and drums. This is, I think, their fourth or fifth record. Just has this monolithic sound. Yeah, great stuff. My Disco with Environment, great record. Next up, the Sand Pebbles with their album Pleasure Maps from 2017. 6-year gap between this and their previous album. But they returned with that fantastic sun-kissed psychedelic vibes, but I don't know, possibly a little bit more of a focused approach, but don't worry, on side 2 there's 3 epic jams on there, beautiful blue vinyl. Of course, this one is on Casmusin Records. I don't believe I said what label the My Disco one was on, so let's have a look. Whoa. Downwards Records. So that's the little logo. Yeah, I think I got that right. Next, from Mornington Peninsula, the Fauves Driveway Heart Attack, 2019. One of Australia's most underrated bands, in my opinion. They formed in the wrong way around, trying to show you the full gatefold. In the late 80s. This is a double album without a concept, just song after song of beautifully constructed indie rock gems. These guys just continually serve up smart, catchy, should have been indie hits. By the time this album come out, most bands their age would have either broken up or chucked it in. But they still just, even though they're hugely underappreciated, just still releasing great music. I love, the razor sharp observations of mainly about the Australian way of life. Andrew Cox, who's one of the singers, guitarists, definitely has a sardonic and often humorous take on Australian culture, and then you have the Dr. Phil Leonard's more earnest approach, but together they are just seamless. Just great Australian band, the Fauves, and of course, I can't tell you what label this is on because it's very small. Look it up. Next, on Flightless Records, we have Orb. This is their third album, fourth if you count that recent thing, Womb, which is a kind of an unreleased reissue thing, which was the first stuff they did. 2018, this one's called The Space Between. Fat, Sabbathy grooves with like a tinge of early Crimson in there. Nice vinyl, hey. Fuzzed out wah-wah guitars and a just tight, precise rhythm section. Probably their most accomplished record yet, and I think it's their last one because they've all moved on to do other things. That's the back, not the front. And some tasty Mellotron on some tracks as well. Really, really good stuff. If you like those big, fat, Sabbathy grooves, you'll enjoy this. Okay, next up, the Ooga Boogers with their second self-titled record from 2012. This one's on Art Records. It's got that, you know, how do you explain the Ooga Boogers? Krautrock grooves, punk edge guitars. There's a 2-note keyboard freak out jam. The almost funky bass, dry as a bone, humorous lyrics. Yeah, not quite sure what to call it, but the Ooga Boogers do it better than anyone else. Great record. And again, I think that they're 2 and out. There's been nothing else. Of course, features the great Mikey Young, who is in a plethora of projects. And because we can't get enough Mikey Young, let's talk about the comeback Eddie Current Suppression Ring album. This is on Castleface Records. This one came out in 2019. A few ones up recently, but absolute crackers. Yeah, like there were rumours for a while swirling around that they were coming back, and it was almost at fever pitch by the time they announced that they would be headlining Golden Plains. Yeah, it's great to see them back. Beautiful vinyl, nice labels. But yeah, recorded using their high-tech, lo-fi techniques that brought them fame and fortune last time around. But, you know, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Like, seriously, they know how to record lo-fi and sound like, you know, that, just sound like Eddie Current, I suppose. Yeah, it's probably, I don't know, not the, probably slightly contained compared to their more explosive earlier stuff. It's definitely a grower, and it's ultimately really rewarding, and to me as good as anything they've put out. Just got to stick with this one a bit longer, and it's definitely not an audiophile record. Anyway, let's follow that up with New War, their second album, Coin, and what a corker it is, from 2018. This one's on It Records. Groovy little embossing there. Yeah, got that dark new wave post-punk sound driven by like heavy bass, lock groove drumming, noisy synths and intense vocals. No guitars in this band. This is the stuff that you can dance to, and it feels like the apocalypse is coming all at the same time. Great band. The first track, Get in the Boot, sets the scene, and it just doesn't let up from that point. Yeah, really good. Righto, where are we now? For a slight change of pace from the dark, punky, new wavy, post-punk, many other words with punk in the title. We're going to go with the Mighty Twerps. Well, not mighty. They're brilliant, but not like mighty. This is their self-titled first album from 2011. Probably equal parts go-betweens and that 80s Flying Nun sound, like particularly the Bats' ethereal, jangly indie pop sound. Yeah, Martin Frawley, the guitarist, vocalist, songwriter, would go on after the Twerps had released a couple of albums to release a few quite acclaimed solo records. But for my money, like the first Twerps record on Chapter Music is fantastic. Really just great, quirky songs in that. If you like Flying Nun, you're going to really dig it. All right. Gold Class album, Drum, from 2017. It's just hard not to think of Joy Division upon hearing Adam Curley's voice and the like that baritone vocal style and just the driving bass sound, except it's probably the rhythms are a bit faster than Joy Division, and yeah, it's a lot more dominated by great scratchy guitar playing. Yeah, they're definitely indebted to the sort of Manchester post-punk sound, but these guys have the taste and the chops to pull it off without sounding derivative. Yeah, all in all, like just the urgency of their playing and the passion in their delivery makes this great record a success, which is on Barely Dressed Records. Very small. Yeah, it's no exercise in nostalgia, that's for sure. All right, now let's go with one of my other favorites, Black Cab, with their third album, Call Signs, from 2010. This is actually a concept record set in 80s Germany. It's about living under the Stasi rule. Pretty heavy stuff. Real mood and tone set from the word go, like a great mix of live instruments, synths, and electronic elements all throughout. Brilliant record, and it's probably indicates the direction where they'd head on their next few albums, which is a much more electronic direction, but still song based and got that really nice dark new wavy sound and post-punk sound that I absolutely love. Anyway, might stop it there because there's a ton of great records that come out between 2010 and 2019. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Bye bye.